The room went completely silent as my nephew's wife pointed standard direct at me in front of 30 extended family members and declared that I was the father of her newborn child. She stood near the baptismal altar, demanding half of the $4 million estate my late wife and I spent 30 years building together. She thought she had staged the ultimate ambush to force a quick payout out of grief and public shame. She looked at me with smug satisfaction, expecting tears or panic, but instead I started laughing hysterically. She asked me if I thought her claim was a joke, and when she confirmed, she was completely serious. I could not stop laughing because she had no idea what medical truth I was about to reveal in front of everyone. My late wife, Sarah, and I were married for 32 years before cancer took her from me. Together, we had worked endlessly to build a successful commercial real estate business that resulted in a portfolio worth around $4 million. Since we were never able to have biological children of our own, we lived comfortably and planned to leave our wealth to charity and select family members who actually showed care. My nephew Mark had married Clara 2 years ago. Clara was always obsessed with luxury lifestyle posts, social status, and money. She constantly dropped subtle hints about how unfair it was that Sarah and I had so much wealth, while young couples struggled. When Sarah passed away, Clara barely showed any empathy and instead immediately began asking intrusive questions about Sarah's estate and whether there was a finalized will. 6 months after Sarah's passing, Clara gave birth to a baby boy. She invited the entire extended family to a lavish christening event. I did not particularly want to attend while still grieving, but I wanted to support Mark. Midway through the reception, Clara stood up, tapping her glass for attention. Instead of making a sweet family toast, she looked directly at me and dropped a massive bombshell. She claimed that 11 months ago, while Sarah was hospitalized, I had initiated an affair with her and promised to support her and her baby. She stated loudly that Mark was not the biological father and that I was the true father of the child. She demanded $2 million immediately to settle the matter quietly, or she would take me to court for full child support and public exposure. Mark sat there looking completely devastated, while the rest of the family gasped in shock. I stood up, facing Clara, as the tension reached a boiling point. I asked her point blank if she was absolutely certain about her claim and if she was willing to stake her entire reputation on it in front of God and our entire family. She raised her chin with complete confidence and said, "Yes." That was the moment I burst out laughing so hard I had to lean against the table. Clara grew visibly furious and demanded to know what was so funny. I adjusted my jacket, walked to the center of the room, and looked her dead in the eye. I revealed to the entire room that 35 years ago, after trying to conceive with my late wife, I underwent a complete medical procedure that rendered me completely sterile. On top of that, 2 years before Sarah passed away, I had undergone prostate surgery, which meant it was an absolute biological impossibility for me to father any child under any circumstances. I had all the verified medical records stored in my digital drive, ready to present to any court or doctor at any second. The smug look on Clara's face vanished instantly into pure horror. The room shifted from outrage against me to intense fury aimed directly at Clara. Mark stood up completely stunned as Clara began stammering, unable to explain her outrageous lie. She had manufactured the entire scandal, assuming I would pay millions to avoid a public trial and protect my reputation. Instead of gaining $4 million, Clara lost everything in a single afternoon. Mark filed for divorce the very next week and ordered a mandatory paternity test, which confirmed the child was not his either, but belonged to a random man Clara had met online. My nephew cut all ties with her completely, and the entire family banished her from every event. I preserved my late wife's estate intact and donated a substantial portion to cancer research while living in peace, knowing that greed always exposes itself in the end.